Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm here to talk about how anyone, yes, anyone, you, me, your grandma, your grandpa, your brother, your sister, your first grade teacher, anyone can get rich in the stock market, and all it takes is a little bit of discipline, a little bit of patience, and a little bit of hard work. So if you're willing to, give those three things towards it, then anyone can get rich in the stock market. Be my guest. So if you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to like the video first off, smash the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 200 subscribers. We're 17 away as of recording this video. So if you'd like to come on me with this journey, I'd really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So we can see today, very good day in the portfolio. We're almost at $23,000. And if you think, oh, I'm not qualified to make this video, I've been saving money for a long time, almost at $23,000 in the portfolio at 19 years old. If you guys want to see how I did that, you could check out my last video. But today I'm here to talk about how anyone, any age, any income can get rich in the stock market. I'm not even close to what I'm going to be covering in this video, but as time goes on, I think I will be. So the main thing that, this strategy consists of is consistently investing. And to, have this strategy, to use it correctly, you need to have your income be higher than your expenses. So you need a little bit of money on the side, to say the least. If you're just in debt, then you're probably not going to be able to make money investing in stocks because their percentage of your returns will not outweigh the, percentage of interest that is accruing on your debt. That's just not how it works. But you can see that this is an ETF right here. So these are, these are stocks, I guess, but they have multiple holdings. They're not companies, they're holding multiple companies. And when I say multiple, I mean hundreds. So this one holds 500 companies. It's 8% NVIDIA, 7%. So you're buying a chunk of all of these companies when you buy this ETF, SPY. This is a very popular one, S&P 500. There's the Dow Jones. There's a lot of ETFs out there that are different, and you can choose one that, correctly relates to your investing goals and what you want in the stock market, and that's fine. But for this example, I'm going to use SPY because SPY typically returns on average around 10% a year. So if SPY returns 10% a year and you're and this is a very useful tool. If you guys want to actually visualize what, how much money you can make, how much is possible in the stock market, I'd use this. It's calculator.net. I'll link this in the description. But it is a calculator website, but it's for the stock market, and it specializes in compound interest. There are formulas you can do yourself for this, but I find the calculator makes it very simple. So I'd really suggest to, play around with this a little bit, check it out, and kind of just, see how it works. But yeah, for the starting amount for this, we'll use $1,000. Let's say it doesn't really matter, the starting amount. I mean, we can, we'll put zero. So this is anyone. If you're watching this video, you might be a very experienced investor. You might have never heard of investing. You might, be a new investor. I don't know. But we'll just say that you're starting off with $0, and let's say you're 30 years old. You want to retire when you're 65. That's 35 years. So you want to have the money for retirement. Your return rate is 10%. And let's say you're working a job where you make $4,000 a month, which is below the national average salary. So you're making $4,000 a month. We'll say you put, you want to, the higher percentage you invest of your income, the faster you're going to be able to retire. That's obvious, but the more money you're going to make as well. So as much money as you can invest or are willing to invest, I'd suggest, partaking in. I think that's very smart. But for this example, we'll say you're investing 500 of your $4,000. So, around 12.5% of your income is going into the stock market. We'll say 10%. 10% is a very small amount. We'll say 10% of your income, you're making $4,000 a month. You're putting that in the stock market. So over 35 years, you're starting at $0. You're putting $400 a month. This is 10% of your paycheck. In 35 years, you're a millionaire. So, if you're making, $48,000 and you're only investing $400, that's pre-tax. So if you're only investing $400 a month in the stock market, you're only investing over these 35 years $168,000, but your total interest accrued is at 1.2 million. So your end balance is 1.3 million. So this is just a visual right here. You can see the interest that you're making. It grows very fast. So we can see the first year you made $256 off of interest. This is the 10% of the money you're depositing. But then the second year, this triples. So you're making, it starts off very slow. So you're at 250 or at 760, and then it doubles. You're at, 1,300. And then it kind of picks up very fast. So you can see right here that as the numbers, increase, the multitudes also increase. You're going up $3,000 right here. But then we go a few years down the line, you're going up $8,000. And then we go a few years down the line, you're going up $12,000. So the thing that's very important about making money, in this investing game is time. So the more time you've been in the market, the higher returns are going to be. So this is someone that's 30 years old and wants to retire when they're 35. Let's say you're 20 years old and you're watching this video and you're in the same situation. You want to retire when you're 65 and you're making the same amount, 10% return. So we're at 1.3 million for someone that has 35 years of investing. Now if you take it to 45 years of investing, you're at 3.6 million. So you pretty much tripled that value just for investing 10 years earlier. You tripled your retirement income. So that's very, because I mean, you look at year, what are we looking at? You look at year 35, you have this 1.3 million. This is what you would have had, but then you go 10 more years, and now the interest you're making is 31,000 instead of, the 12,000 down here. So it's almost 3 times, everything, ending value and the interest you're making a year. And when you're making that 31,000 interest, that's pretty much your salary. If you pull out 4% from the total value a year and you take that interest, I mean, you're looking at some pretty good money. I mean, a lot better than what you're making during your career if that was, you never got a raise from 4,800 or 48,000 a year. So something that I actually want to toy around with the idea of is you invest in SCHG. SCHG is the Schwab US Large Cap Growth ETF. This is an ETF that I very much like. It has, almost or less than half of SPY's holdings, but the holdings they do have are the biggest and fastest growing companies, which I think is a pretty obvious idea that this is a pretty good ETF. And the thing that really sticks out about this ETF is since they've started, which, it's been pretty long, it's been over 15 years now, their average return has been 16.38%. So they're pretty consistently getting that 16%. So I do want to toy around with the idea of getting a 16.38% return annually. So remember that if you have, I mean, we're making this video just for some average 30-year-old that's making even less than minimum, average salary. So making $400 a month, and we'll just refresh our memories. So that's 1.3 million. So if we take this to 16.38, which what SCHG returns, this 1.3 million goes to 6.4 million. That's a pretty big difference, I'd say. And then if you start when you're 20 instead of 30, and you're getting that 16% return, $30 million when you retire. 30 million. That sounds unreal. I mean, I'm sure if you're making $48,000 a year, you can't imagine $30 million. That's to have $30 million in your bank account. You probably don't even feel anything because that feels so unattainable. But I mean, this is really the power of it. If you just have time on your side, you're young. If you're watching this video and you're young, even if you're old, you can invest more aggressively. I mean, if you double, this 400 to 800 and then you invest for only 20 years, you can see you're still going to make a sizable amount of money. You're still in the millions, but it's just you have less time for the interest to accrue, which is fine. But I'd say you want to start investing earlier than later. And if you feel like you don't want to invest, then, and you're watching this video, you're like, oh, I can't invest. I can't make the interest I want to make eventually. That's not true. I mean, you can still make interest. You can make a good amount of money. The more aggressively you invest, the more money you put in, the more money will come out. But at the same time, help someone out, help your daughter-in-law. Maybe you have a son, your niece, your nephew. There's anyone you can help out that you can say, oh, you should invest now, help them out and tell them that you should invest. I think it's, silly not to invest in the stock market. It's why hold your money in a bank account making, what is it, 4% a year, if even now? And a lot of people aren't even making that. They just hold it in, accounts that aren't accruing any interest at all. It's just a checking account. Why not have it in the stock market? Why not? It's 10% a year, and you can even get 16% a year if you invest in SCHG, which I've made videos on. Very great ETF. I've gone into depth in past videos on how great that ETF is. But I mean, this really just shows the magic that's possible. And let's say, okay, this is just insane, but let's say you invest in SCHG, you're starting with $0, you're 20 years old, you want to retire when you're 65. It's going to take a lot of discipline. But let's say you get a great paying job out the gate, and you're making $10,000 a month, which isn't that crazy, honestly. Right out of college, you're 20. Let's say you're 22. All right, we'll say you're 22. Right out of college, you're making $10,000 a month. You invest 10%. When you retire, $54 million. So I'm speechless. I don't even know what I'd do with that much money. And then let's say you're investing aggressively. You're investing with a lot of ambition. You're putting 20% of your income a month into the stock market for 43 years. That's dedication. This 54 million is going to feel well deserved for putting that much money in for that long. But it's not 54 million, it's 108 million. So, I mean, you can toy around with this tool yourself, but this 16% average return really makes a difference. Because, I mean, we can look at, that's with 2,000 a month at 16%. And then if we have the 10%, the difference is 108 million to 15 million. So that's a pretty big difference. But, I mean, at the same time, you're still at tens of millions of dollars. I mean, 100 million sounds unreal. I mean, but it's not that unreal. That's the crazy thing. It does just take a lot of discipline that a lot of people watching this won't have. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think I have it. I like to think so, and I think everyone would like to think that they have it. But not everyone has that discipline that you need to invest like this for long periods of time and make the sacrifices that come with investing this much money. You might not be able to buy the pair of shoes you want, but I mean, you still got to live life. So for the next 43 years, it's not like you're never going to eat out and you're never going to have fun. But you do want to put most of your expenses towards investing. The thing that I'd say is the method. So if you made it to this point in the video, you're pretty lucky, because now I'm going to get into what I'd do personally. So let's say we're investing in SCHG, which amazing ETF. That's what I invest in. Let's say you're investing in that, and you're investing aggressively for 10 years. Let's say 10 years, you're investing aggressively. You're at a job. Let's say you're making, so the average salary, we'll say it's $60,000 a year. You're making $5,000. You're investing aggressively. So we're saying like 90% of your income is going towards the stock market. That's aggressive. 10 years, you're kind of just getting by. But you're going aggressive in the stock market for 10 years. You're at $1 million. For making an average salary, you're investing for 10 years, and then you're at $1 million. And then let's say you keep aggressively investing for 20 years, and then you're at $6 million. So the more aggressively you invest, the more percentage of your income that goes towards the stock market, the faster you can retire, for sure. But at the same time, I mean, the number is just going to keep getting higher and higher. And the more time you're in, the more money you're going to make. And then the more percentage of your income you put in and you can survive, that shortens the time that you can retire. So SCHG is an ETF that I really like. I trust a lot. I think that it has, very, very good numbers. And the companies that they're invested in, what they're doing, very impressive. I mean, since 2009, the average return has been 16%. It's insane. So, I mean, yeah, just like, guys, you just need to get into the stock market. And people, it's hard to make the leap at first, but just put $20 into Apple. Not even $20, put $10 into Apple. Use the Robinhood sign-up code and put $5 into Apple. I mean, there's literally no reason not to. Just, it's free. It's free. If you sign up with Robinhood from a friend's rewards, you get free $5 to put into a stock. So put $5 into that, and that'll kickstart your investing journey. There's no reason not to put money in the stock market and go crazy about it. Make it a lifestyle. Make it, I got to invest this week. Sorry, I can't go out to eat, but you can come over and we can make some food or something like that. I mean, like, just investing is a great tool, and I think it's not utilized enough. It makes me upset that that's the case. But I mean, even like, let's say you get a $10,000 a year job out of college, pretty good, really good. But you're aggressively investing 90% of that, $9,000 in the stock market every single month. And let's say you do this for 10 years. I mean, you're set up for life after that. 2.5 million, you're set up for life. And then, I mean, even then, you can slow down eventually too. Let's say you're only putting 40% of your income in, but you do that for 30 years. You're set up. That's $30 million. And 10% of that a year, even if you just take out the interest you make, that's $3 million a year. So yeah, I mean, that's all I have for you guys today. I just wanted to show the power of how, useful and how underutilized investing is. I think if more people used it, then more people would have a lot of money, but it really is just hard to get into. And for some reason, there's the idea that, only rich people invest or only people with money can invest, but that's just not true. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. And comment down below what you guys think. I appreciate you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.